Hello, it is Saturday, October 20th, 2018. Steve Sipress here. Today's ugly red Hawaiian shirt of the day is my Arizona Diamondbacks shirt giveaway that I got at the Mets game on, I think it was on Father's Day this year, and I'm wearing the baseball-themed shirt in honor of today's Success Story Saturday entrepreneur, none other than Bud Selig. Now, Bud Selig he was born in the same city as my beautiful wife Michelle, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where he has lived his whole life. And he then went to college at the same school that my beautiful wife Michelle attended, the University of Wisconsin at Madison. He graduated and went into the Army for 2 years. Then he came back and he worked at his dad's car leasing business. So he learned the ins and outs of running a successful business from his dad, who was extremely successful in that business, one of the top auto leasing companies that there was in the world, one of the first ones ever. And however, he was a huge baseball fan. Story goes that came from his mom, who was a school teacher, and used to take Bud Selig and his brother to baseball games all the time in Milwaukee, which at the time were minor league games. And the minor league team was named, wait for it, the Milwaukee Brewers. And so he loved baseball. When he became an adult and was working for his dad and being a business owner and, kind of helping out his dad, technically the business owner, he was attending all the games he could, and he was buying up stock in the now professional team, the Milwaukee Braves. And he became the largest stockholder, the largest private stockholder in the team. And then for some reason, Chad Powers is here, good seeing you. It came as a surprise to him that the ownership of the team decided to scramoose the team out of Milwaukee and move it to Atlanta, where it still is to this day, known as the Atlanta Braves. Atlanta Braves, just like the Milwaukee Brewers, by the way, made the playoffs this year. They lost to the LA Dodgers, and now the LA Dodgers are playing the Milwaukee Brewers starting very soon in Game 7 of the National League Championship Series, which my beautiful wife Michelle is totally psyched for, which means I am excited also to watch it with her, which is why I am featuring Bud Selig as today's Success Story Saturday subject. See how it all works together. So Bud Selig buying up all those shares of stock, and then when the team was moving out of town, he said see ya, and sold all the stock in the team, and vowed right at that moment, he actually started a corporation, and Milwaukee Brewers Inc. or something, and he vowed to bring a team back to Milwaukee, which he worked on and tried and failed. And then in 1969, the Seattle Pilots. Am I dating myself? Anyone else remember this team? I think they only ran for one season in Seattle, and they were so mismanaged that they just went bankrupt immediately. And Bud Selig seized an opportunity and bought them in bankruptcy court and took over the team and moved it to Milwaukee and named it the Milwaukee Brewers. Go figure. Well, he ran that team for a while. He was very influential among the team owners, so that when they looked to get a new baseball commissioner in the 1990s, the early 90s, they just picked Bud Selig. They didn't officially name him the commissioner at the time. They just made him the head of the team owners council, executive council, whatever they named it. Trenton Teet is here. Great seeing you, my friend. How is everything going? Oh, I know, in fact. I don't even have to ask. I'm sure it's going unbelievably fantastic. Keep it up. And so, Bud Selig, where was I? Man, I get so distracted seeing Trenton Teet, the great Trenton Teet, right here in my video. Love it. So anyway, he becomes the de facto commissioner, the first ever team owner, by the way, to become the commissioner of baseball, and that became official a few years later. He was named the commissioner, and overall he was in charge as the head of the executive council, whatever they called it, and the commissioner for about 23 years. The second longest reigning baseball commissioner. There's only been 10 of them, and he's the second longest reigning one ever, and extremely influential. He oversaw all kinds of turmoil. If you remember the whole steroid days, and now the whole internet coming in, and the formation of MLB.com and streaming games, and getting instant replay in, and interleague play started with Bud Selig, and the wild card teams and all kinds of great innovations. Made a couple of mistakes here or there. We're entrepreneurs. Life is ups and downs. It's what it is. We take risks. Not everything works out perfectly. And Selig, though, came out on top more often than he did not. By the way, I'm attempting to stay out of the way of the spectacular, beautiful sunset happening in the background over the mountains. Never comes across well on the camera, but it looks beautiful here in real life. Wish you were here. Bud Selig then retired. A few years ago, was immediately inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame, and he is now the first ever Commissioner Emeritus of Baseball. Whatever. They just want him still there in name. But he is back still, as he always was, in Milwaukee, and I'm sure that right about now he's totally psyched to watch the Milwaukee Brewers, which he divested of and technically sold to his daughter when he became the commissioner. But then they sold the Milwaukee Brewers to the current ownership, who, by the way, erected a statue of Bud Selig in front of Miller Park, where the Brewers play, but he's no longer the owner of the team. He is about 84 years old, I believe, and I'm sure he's still a humongous baseball fan. So it was great having a true baseball fan as the commissioner. He really just loved the game, and it always showed. And I'm sure he's going to have fun with tonight's Game 7. The Brewers one win away from getting to the World Series, and the Dodgers one win away also from getting the World Series. Of course, that's what Game 7 is: do or die, win or go home. And that'll do it for Success Story Saturday. So Bud Selig started out working in his dad's business. Started buying up the stock in the local baseball team just because he loved the team. Team left town. Got a new team in there. Then became baseball commissioner, and now the first ever Commissioner Emeritus. Big name in the world of professional sports, and a Brewer fan like my beautiful wife, Michelle. And Kevin says good morning. I always love when you do that. This sun behind me, that's the west. Okay, that's not the sunrise. Kevin, of course, on the complete other side of the world, is experiencing a fun morning, I'm sure, in the Philippines. But here, that is the sun setting towards the end of the day, and that means, are you ready for some baseball? Ready to watch the night game? We're all excited here. I got my ridiculous red Hawaiian baseball shirt on, and we're ready to go. So thanks, Chad, thanks, Trent, and thanks, as always, Kevin, for being here live on the video. Anyone watching on the replay, hope you are also enjoying a relaxing and fantastic Success Story Saturday. And I'll be back tomorrow to check in, as I always do, minus all the business type of stuff. Just say hello to keep my record intact. On Sunday Fun Day, I've recorded a daily Facebook Live video every day since the middle of March last year, however many that is. I predict I'll be back again tomorrow to pop in and say hello, and I hope you will join me then. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend wherever you are. Thanks for being here today. Over and out. Bye-bye.